Hello everyone, Joel here, and wanted to give you guys some thoughts. I've been thinking about calling these maybe like mindset mornings or something like that, since I'm typically recording them on my way into work in the morning. But wanted to talk to you today a little bit about surviving and the fact that you come from a long line of survivors. So I was actually listening to another podcast that I listen to quite frequently, and they brought up the idea that, guess what? All of your ancestors survived. They survived. If you're of European descent, they survived the bubonic plagues. If you are African descent, they've survived all of the hardships that have happened there over the millennia. If you're in Europe, they survived, Genghis Khan and all of the multiple rotations of empires that rotated through that part of the world. Your ancestors were survivors, and therefore you also are a survivor. And when you embrace that thought, it really helps to change your mindset. You are someone who can survive and thrive, who can conquer the hardships that come. All of us have the choice to become softer and weaker or harder and stronger, right? And I'm in the process actually of kind of losing weight again and getting back into shape because I had allowed myself to start getting softer and weaker. And I said, you know what? Nope, done with that. Getting back into losing this weight, getting back into working out again. I'm not some competitive athlete or anything like that. I'm just a guy who wants to be in shape and who does a job that requires a moderate amount of physical activity, physical output in the training of the dogs that we do. And but that was a really helpful mentality and scenario for me. And then the question was asked, so your legacy is that of survivors. What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that legacy? Are you going to make wise decisions? Are you going to prepare yourself for whatever comes next? Are you going to be capable of defending yourself and your family and helping them to be survivors? Or are you going to allow yourself to continue becoming soft and weak? And should the time come when you're tested, when you're attacked, when hard times come, will you crumble or will you thrive? And that is a decision that you need to confront and make now, because if you wait for the moment, then you will not be ready to make that decision, and by default your decision will be to crumble. So I would encourage you, start training yourself now, start preparing your mind now, start preparing your body now, and there are other things that you can be doing to prepare. If you are interested in learning more information about my philosophy and talks on how to be better prepared for an attack and to defend yourself and your family, check out Protection Dog Podcast on any of the podcasting platforms. And if you're interested in a little bit more hands-on brass tacks kind of stuff, you can check out Fortress Survival on Instagram, and we also have Fortress Survival Podcast that is just getting up and going. So I would encourage you to check those out. And until next time, this is Joel reminding you to train hard and stay safe.